We have Sick. Yeah, I say it like that because it's an exclamation point at the end.
And all
By Earl
caps.
Sweatshirt. And all caps, like they spell the man's name. Earl Sweatshirt. It is 10 songs, 24 minutes long. Nice, solid drop territory. Um, we reviewed 2010 as a single. One of my fucking favorite rap singles we've had ever on the podcast. Absolutely beautiful. So many big name artists are just like tweeting pictures of this cover, tweeting pictures or tweeting things about this record as well when it came out, just seeing how good it is. And it is phenomenal. Earl Sweatshirt brings it in again. Just he's one of those artists for me where he's a can't miss territory. Like Sweatshirt brings out a record, I want to listen to it. Whatever he brings out, I want to listen to it.
Yeah. There's that meme that I was gonna do a fun like intro joke around, but I'll just like ruin it here. But it's like you can't play Earl Sweatshirt around the hose because it's just like way too depressing and sad. Like there's no beats and no hooks or anything like that. And yes, guilty as charged. All that being true. But that being said,
Definitely played this around the moment and just chilling. I'm like, but I gotta have a conversation while this is on the back row so she doesn't like get too into the song. She's like, God damn, you listen to depressive music. Are you
yeah,
okay? I'll be like, no, but more on that later.
are you winning, son? It's like no,
Absolutely not.
but
We got 5G towers up, guys. We're losing heavy.
to, so the qualms I have with this album, let me get those out of the way.
Yeah.
It is awfully short. We had this we had a pretty deep argument on the Audioface Awards about like Vince Staples and its like worthiness of a project. And it's like it's a phenomenal project, but ultimately it was actually too short, and that ended up working against it to some extent because like when you've got something that's good, do more of the good. Having like leaving us wanting more can be a good thing, usually is a good thing, but if you haven't given us enough and you leave us wanting more, I think that's something I can start like counting out for albums here. So it's kind of short.
Yep.
Yeah,
I can get on board with that too because a lot of these tracks are, I was about to say hour and 19 minutes long. Now they're a minute. That's how tired I am. They're a minute and 20, a minute and 30. There's a couple of tracks out here that are 4 minutes, but most of them are pretty short, which happen on some rap songs as well. And it's like it's a thing if it's done a couple of times, but if it's done a lot and there's a lot of time between projects and stuff, that's to me where I'm like, okay, I want a little bit more than this. If it's like a teaser thing, like up in Staples, I'm like, I got more stuff that's gonna happen pretty soon. All right, fine. More power to you. God bless. But if you have something where some rap songs came out 2018, like that's 2 years before some dude ate some bad allegedly. Like there's a lot of members podcasts I can do this. Um, it's so much time you have, and you have these thoughts and themes. You can really make out and put out more onto it, and I want more because it's so goddamn good. Old Friend is a nice little interlude kind of song of it, just to get you like into it. It's such a good like spoken track where it's just in the background, it's like this developing sound through and through, and just like, and when it ended, I was like, God damn it, I wanted more. I wanted to hear how that was going to develop. It sounded like almost like an old school Jay-Z intro of a track and whatnot before
mm.
he bought the NFL stuff and everything. Like you could kind of hear that. But with and the next song, 2010.
I'm a sucker for that like glitchy robot video game beat, chimey stuff going on in the back, like the almost
Give
not
me
thing. Like
more of give me more of that Sega sound in there, and I am a sucker for that stuff too.
but especially like the weird drum interpolation, like the off
Mhm.
kilter like back drum thing. Like this is if someone went onto YouTube and typed in Tom York type rap beats, like it's and you got that. Like, and I love it. And maybe that's another thing. This maybe I'm contradicting everything I've said in pretty much any trap or rap review ever to this point, but I would have liked Earl Sweatshirt to include another song like 2010 on this record, like something that's a little chimey, random electronic and stuff. Just give us something, dog. I'm hungry, man. Just give me something to eat, dog. But
Make some fucking more music.
but
Make some more.
another interesting thing about this, or like something I found weird, was that not weird, but in having this like aggressively hookless album, an observation that I had is that like there really is like Earl Sweatshirt, musically speaking, is an endangered species, like rap wise, because like you don't there are very few basically no other real like rap artists that are major out there in the game right now who are this lyrically dense, kind of going around in like a depressed MF Doom kind of way, just like spitting here or there, never repeating shit, never like telling full ass stories that are like so dense and broad that you will have to listen to these admittedly short songs dozens of times before you really get the depth and the weight of what Earl Sweatshirt is saying and the pain he's conveying and all this other different emotion that you have in the record here. Other rap artists are just like, yeah, young boy NBA is just like yelling for an hour straight. Gunna's talking about pushing P with Rosa Parks or whoever on his private jet, and
Kodak Black is fucking or something in the NHL arena.
Trap
And then
is hurting right now.
it really is. It really is. And this is, yeah, that's actually a perfect explanation. Like, it's this Sweatshirt's a dying breed. You have like the middle sounds of Vision and Tabula Rasa featuring the Loopers and Armand Hammer, respectively, on those tracks. And I like them that little bit longer, but again, it's like that really no hook. It's just this flowing storytelling that has so much detail in it. You really picture everything and kind of develop that stuff, which I really haven't had since like, I mean, Vince Staples, we get that a little bit, but like since Oxnard, of Anderson .Paak, where I could just really picture something. Doesn't happen that often, and when it does, it really gets you sucked into it. And within this, that's where I really wanted more because there's so many other stories that kind of just abruptly stopped, or they weren't ever kind of going on more about, which I want them to be more in detail. So I guess that is a complaint of mine. Yeah, same thing. Example like a track, Lie. Fantastic. I love the horns in the background. Just reminds me of really old school Doom, but sounds very, very modern. It sounds like Doom could make this track if he was
Yeah,
still alive right now. It's so good. But yeah, last couple tracks, God Laughs good, Titanic's good, and Fire in the Hole to end it off. Fantastics for a drop. It's
like
really, really good. I love that little like
Fire in the Hole.
guitar in the background and stuff, just like slow dancing, like you're chilling on it, like you're chilling at home after a long day, just sipping on it.
Like Fire in the
Maybe a
Hole
smoke
feels
in the
like a
air.
it feels very Doom like as
Yeah.
well, and its slow nature. He's just sort of like, yeah, end of the day, rhyming just poetry nonstop, and it's a rare opportunity to get an actual normal ass size Earl Sweatshirt song. And so
Badass.
like my thing is with Earl, and you get a number of these like great like super conscious rappers who have like buckets of lyrical talent, but they've sort of chosen like, this music game not for me, like not for my head, and like more power to them. But like, there's Earl Sweatshirts in this camp. No Name is in this camp.
Hmm.
I, you know, I on the one hand, I love what they offer and give us. On the other hand, shit or get off the pot, right? Like, are you going to be a
Hmm.
musician or not? Like, I want Earl Sweatshirt's very good, but I would like him to put himself out there more. Maybe challenge himself to, okay, you can run circles around this entire game. Try
Yep.
making something with a little more mainstream appeal. Try making something with some random hooks. Try making something I can play around the hose, man. Like, I'm, again, joking. It shouldn't be taken like out of context or whatever. But
Hmm.
like, Earl Sweatshirt should challenge himself to make songs outside of this appeal. Because I think I know he can.
Yeah.
He's just like
Agreed.
not pushing himself to that point, and I am,
You need to push P and get there.
yes, if Earl Sweatshirt just like keeps pushing P, and maybe that'll be a point. And to his credit, um, not to skip ahead here, but Corday from a Bird's Eye View, another record that we'll be talking
We'll
about
do
in
so
a
right in a
moment,
second.
uh, sold like abysmally, like record stream wise, just like really like fell flat more or less. Gunna is the best streaming top trap record of the year. Again, the year's very early, but I'm talking like Drake numbers, more or less. And the
Just
quality
travesty.
difference, the quality difference in those two projects is very off. But what that is to say is, if you just market yourself, if you're like aggressively putting yourself out there, if you like act like you want it, then Earl Sweatshirt, a lot of things can come from him, but he needs to start like putting out that work and showing that like he actually wants to do this rap thing, and he isn't just like throwing us a bone every once in a while and fucking off to do his regular life. If that's what he wants to do, it's totally fine. But like, let us know, because these albums are sort of like it is truly too short. It goes against it.
Yep. So arbitrary scale, a red, green, yellow cards.
I'll give this a yellow. We haven't given many
I'll give this
yellows.
yellow.
Yeah, we haven't given the
This is yellow.
yellows this week, and it's
As
just
good as it is, we really, really want more.
I want more, and it's weird to say because Earl Sweatshirt's so unique, but his uniqueness lacks range. I still want more range from Earl Sweatshirt. From
Okay.
in the fact that like
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like Earl Sweatshirt to just make a banger, right? And here's a good comparison: Tyler the Creator, who was part of the Odd Future
Yep.
group
Yep.
a long time, right? He has successfully blossomed into doing all of the above. He's got the conscious, heady shit. He's got the pop, like R&B type things, and he doesn't hit well doing all of them. I've like there are some pretty lackluster Tyler features on other people's work. So it doesn't like fit well in all those things, but Tyler the Creator acted like he wants to actually pursue the music and do it done, and he kept owning his rapping talent, and like look where he is now. He's one of the top. DJ Khaled wishes he was Tyler the Creator. Earl Sweatshirt could do the same, run circles around the whole game, but like he's got to do it and want it.